adjust here. I'm in for the water signs this week. We're going spiritual here with the readings. Am I on the right side? Yeah, spiritual readings for water signs, starting with Pisces, Cancer, then Scorpio. Here we go. I feel like I'm out of sorts here. Okay, get my rack. Okay. Here we go. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, spiritual reading for the week to 2 weeks. Sometimes my readings extend a little past that, so beware of that. Alrighty, here we go. First card. I have an overall, what is it? Isis Oracle card to kind of overview. Sorry, this looks crooked. Should have got that done beforehand. To overview the whole higher process here. So for Pisces, first card. Enter the chamber of healing. Healing in the divine chamber of Lady Isis. So I got to read these cards here. Ooh, that's nasty. Oh, nasty glare. Okay. Sorry, that is something else. Why did I not have that the other day? Anyway, that's as good as I can get it. My glasses. Okay. So some of the Pisces here might be healing in the chamber of healing or entering as such. Working on issues and whatnot. I think we all are at different stages here in that way. But this is what we got for the Pisces this week. Okay, just give me a minute here. I gotta adjust my lighting is way back here. Okay, there we go. Alrighty, Chamber of Healing. Healing in the chamber of Lady Isis. A spiritual gift of healing is coming to you now. Be open without expectation or preconceived notions and allow the healing from the Lady Isis, the mistress of magic, to help you find the best solution for any situation that does not appear as it should be. Take your time and create space into which your magic and energy can flow. Expect your miracle. This oracle comes to you as a message. Prepare for great changes because they are on their way now. When Lady Isis offers you a healing gift of magic, it is something to accept as a gift of unconditional love with open arms. It'll be offered without agenda, with the only intent being for your highest good and spiritual growth. It will not necessarily look or feel like you expected, but you will realize in the unfoldment of the process or circumstance that it was a spiritual healing gift from the divine, even though you may not have immediately recognized it as such at the time. So there may be some spiritual trickery is what I get. I'm going to continue. I think that'll unfold. I get it. Like, it's like that blackness can almost be like a veil that once we enter in, we start to heal, but it's almost the illusion. It's really hard to express what I'm getting intuitively. Hey, Cynthia, thanks for coming in. But I'm just going to go with the next card. So that overall, basically, in the chamber of healing, these Pisces are. So we're going to go into the reading here. I have the Gaia cards. First one I get. Seven of Earth. What do you know? That is, right? All his chakra systems all lit up there. Self-esteem is being wrapped around the snake, the healing. That symbolizes healing to me, especially in the way that it's sitting with this man in this position. Grounded and rooted. Being grounded and rooted. We may be feeling more grounded, more rooted in our lives at this time. And for Pisces, this is a good thing because we get flown quite easily. the freaking mic. Quite, yeah, we get flown quite easily, especially now that we are advancing spiritually. It's like Pisces wants to recluse into that energy and just stay, because the outside world is not really the way that they want it to be. We may have a lot of issues coming up to deal with, so we may want to recluse. But the sense I'm getting for these weeks coming here is that we're going to tune back into the universe and the reality, and get back in, because we know inside, interiorly, there's a sense of, we know who we are and what we want. And so we're going to ground out in the universal energies, and try and make these things happen on a grounded level, instead of being up in our head about it. This is what I'm getting. Okay, next card. Ooh, wow. 5 of Earth. It's kind of like the devil, right? Dealing his cards. Somebody here is hurt. So there's a sense here, and we may be healing from hurts, no less, in our life. We may be dealing with a situation that comes upon us that may be quite hurtful, this kind of thing. The sense I'm getting is that we have been hurt. I mean, this is going to run the gamut for different Pisces and different placements here. But for the most part, I feel like we are healing from, this is what we're healing from, is hurts that we've had in our past. People either betraying us or playing cards here that just weren't so nice, right, in our direction. So we're having to, that's really why we might have reclused from things, right, up to this point, is to deal with that in some kind of way, in an emotional way, really. Next card, the Sage. Yeah, the Sage is there to bring the wisdom. Comes out of his cave, right? And he's going to speak of what he has learned going inside, da da da. Kind of like the Hermit after he comes out, right? Because the Hermit card in the tarot is going in to illuminate. And this guy's kind of coming out after the fact. We've learned everything's been illuminated. Now he's coming out with the Owl of Wisdom. And the wolf there with the strength and power to go forward and deal with what it is we might have had come at us. So there's a sense here of overcoming, and in the self-esteem department, we are having to heal through something that hit us in our self-esteem. We're grounding out. Yeah, there's a sense of reclusing to deal with it, because the Pisces will deal with, whether, if you're truly like spiritual, you deal with it within the energetic field. So you have to take yourself away from all the opinions outside of you, go and truly connect with that one channel, and then come outward with what you found. This is what I'm getting a sense of here, is what's happening. Okay, we had some devilish energy come at us, people trying to stir up stuff in our life to a degree that it pained us, and now we're healing through that and better and wiser for it. So next level here, first card we get 8 of Swords. Now that goes on top of that chakra system. Again, working with our self-esteem there is really what falls out most highly. 8 of Swords is about feeling like you're bound. We may have some more issues here to deal with. We may have some more things in our life, in the self-esteem department, that we have to work on in order to gain true healing over this circumstance, situation, or some of these issues that we've had come up. Sense is that we feel trapped by it in some kind of way. Or just simply looking at the issues, right? Because they're going, look in the mirror and seeing it's like two parts of the same self. Give me a minute here. Yeah, it's like our spiritual self is looking at our grounded self and going, we have these issues, they're all around us. We cannot let it stop us, but at the same time, we have to deal with this in some kind of way, right? To move forward. Now, on top of the 5 of Earth, we get 13, the death. That is about transitions. Transitions and movement into new areas. In order to heal, this is what needs to happen, is what I get highly here. A removal, they're going, look at all the swords, is a removal of all these hurts that we've had in the past. We need to do this in order to end this hold that, this person or these instances had over us. So transition into healing, right? The change that needs to happen when you do this. Now, on top of the Sage, what do we get? Princess of Swords. Yes, the truth of the matter, right? Because the Sage is coming out with the truth. And the sense here is, yes, and we are going to, okay, just give me a minute here. Yeah, because like it's only one sword and it's the last sword. They're giving me a sense here, like she is going through all these swords, plucking them out and looking and removing them. The death is the end of feeling contained in that way of limited, right? In whatever way it was. These issues, these lessons, these people, maybe even in your life, whatnot. Now she is coming to the point here where she's got one sword left and she is seeing it clearly. She's got it up. She's ready to speak her truth from it. These are all down because this can be a very limiting position because we're not seeing clearly. We're not communicating this kind of thing. So there's something here that has been overcome in that way to bring us to the last sword, and we're yielding it outward and ready to release. So I feel a sense of victory over the process here is definitely healing to get rid of all those, the 7 swords, and then she releases this one and that's it. Like we're going to good places. So this should be interesting. Next line, we have the High Priestess of Fire. Interesting how there's red here. And she is about taking action again. I feel no need to warn of, because sometimes I see in this woman, I see kind of spite or vengeance, but it's softer here. So I get a sense of going outward, taking action, right? Fire is about action, movement, adventure, bubbly things that are bubbling to the surface. I feel like the universe is helping the Pisces realize this. This is part of that action. They're working together, co-mingling with the energy of, and it may not be literal action, but the active process of these things coming up and us dealing with them and putting them away type thing. So this is a very productive time for the Pisces, really what I get here, especially in regards to lessons or healing in any kind of way. Now, on the Death card, of letting go, death is about transition. Butterfly is about transition, letting go. Need to let go of things in order to move forward here. And it may be they said resentments that we have towards a person or people or whatever, job or whatever you're dealing with. A need to let go of the bitterness, the resentment, and all of that. Because to truly heal, we cannot hold that, we cannot hold that and heal. We have to let go and release the toxins, right? The toxic mess that was. So if you have, it could be situations within a relationship, could be people that have done you wrong. We have to let go of all of that. We have to transition into better things. So that's what I'm getting from there. Now, on the Princess of Swords, which I think is hugely pivotal here, confidence. Yeah, it's the gaining of confidence. Why? Because we truly did conquer our goals here. We went in, we sussed out everything that bothered us, and we dealt with those things that bubbled up from universally, because the universe will help this. They'll bring shit up to you. They'll bubble it up, even if you're thinking, and you may be thinking, oh yeah, but I'm not going to bring it up. And then the universe will throw it in your face and say, well, here, this needs to be dealt with. So this is what I'm getting here. And because of this last sword, she's taking it out and she's ready to whatever, like lay it down is the sense they're giving me, because it's the last one I have to deal with now and go forward freely. I'm not caged by all these swords around me, and I don't have my blindfold anymore, that's for sure. So I'm seeing clearly. Something in our past here, we were blind to. Yeah, didn't see properly. We're an illusion of, we're now seeing clearly. Transition has happened, and there's a need, because of this transition, there's a need to let go of certain things within that. That's all part of that process. Yeah, and then what does that create? Well, that creates a great self-confidence. And the horse is a great symbol of power and integrity. And horses don't trust shifty people. They get shifty around because they are highly sensitive. And they are highly attuned to these things. So the sense that they're given here is that this woman is exuding self-confidence while the horse is very calm and relaxed around her. So it's symbiotic, not symbiotic. It's very equal, nonetheless. So that's the first wrong. So that's interesting. Pisces going through some healing here. Okay, we're gonna go above and below with the spiritual cards and see what's going on, and then we got some fortune and planetary. So first card for the below cards, we have the 9 of Cups. And that is about wish fulfillment, right? Happy birthday. She's blown out her candles so she can get her wish. So we are in the process here of change within this energetic field of making our wishes and dreams come true. There's something here that has to shift or transition in order for that to happen. Next card, Queen of Swords. It's a very unique deck. Queen of Swords, these two are like kind of, it's almost like a business meeting, but they're kind of more friends than business. And it's like she wants to hire me and I want to, oh man. And I want to, and this one wants her to work. So she's writing down things and going, yeah, you did cool with this, cool with that. So there's a sense here of camaraderie, I get. It's, but an officialness, no less. Like there's, give me a minute here to suss this out. Yeah, like a happiness, a giddiness. It's almost like we either come across our dream job through a friend or through through someone that has a high ability to make our dreams come true. Okay. So this is what's going on there. And there's note taking. I feel like maybe someone of higher status, but again, it's someone we take in as friendship or someone in our life, we'll put it that way. And yeah, there's some kind of a thing going on here. Go to the next card. Okay, next. 3 of Pentacles. Oh, she is working to create something here. Usually with the 3 of Pentacles, you're working with others to create something, but there's a sense here that it's very much individual. In this card, no, give me a minute. Because I feel like they're going, this one is this one. She has skills and abilities she wants to work on. This is being highlighted here. This person here sees that. This one here, now, again, this is her. She is trying to, they're going, we're trying to visualize the future here, having a rough time doing that, like manifesting into our future. We know what our dreams and wishes are, and we're going forward in this way. There's something here. Okay, hold on here. I got to backtrack. There's something here that's unexpected. It was through this card, right? Unexpected things. Like it's not going to be the way that you think, but nonetheless making our wishes and dreams come true. So there's a little bit of a, what do you call it? A spin here on things. It's not like a disappointment. It's just we were thinking going left to the beach, but we're going right to the beach. We're still going to get to the beach, but we're just taking a different route. It's kind of like that. Yeah, and the 3, I'm getting a lot of work on our creative abilities here, no matter what, whatever it is that this person is coming to you for. I feel like you house things that this person has an ability to. They're going employ to be. And it's almost like we're trying to hone our abilities, fine tune our abilities, up our abilities, so that we please this person that comes in here and says, okay, I'd like to give you a job. Would you da 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 da? And then this one is about the acceptance of it. Okay. So again, we may have someone coming within our circles that we didn't expect. Like we didn't expect, like someone we befriend, and then somehow they have the ability to do things for us that we just didn't realize that they could do. Okay, next. On top of the wishes and dream fulfillment, we have the 5 of air. And that's all the lifelines in your hand. And it's about imprinting those lifelines. The angels are marking them and changing them. And the sense here is we want to make our life, make our dreams come true. We want to make our own destiny, right? This kind of thing is what I get. I love this card. Give me a minute. Yeah, they're going, and the angels are highly guided as well. We are highly guided to go in a certain direction. We may have been, again, with the healing chamber. We're doing a lot of healing here in the background. That has been at the forefront. That has been our blinding light in a weird way. And then this all of a sudden comes out of the blue, and suddenly we're on a different path here. Again, going in the same direction, but just not the way that we thought it would go down. Okay. On top of there, see if we can illuminate. Yeah. The Ace of Cups. That is about love and loving feelings, caring feelings. I feel like there's a deep appreciation of these two people. Again, can be high friendships, lovers, partners, these kind of things can be high sense of love and appreciation for this person beyond just employee, employer, right? This kind of thing. We get along. It's clear here. Both people are smiling. They get along. I mean, everything's good and great and groovy. They feel comfortable together. So the Ace of Water is a new beginning in caring. And we're starting from the heart is what they're saying. Word for word. We're starting from the heart here. Because this companionship, I'll put it that way, is based in love. Okay, period. End of story. Okay, next. Again, on the 3 of coins here, signifying the depths, like whatever it is that we're being appreciated for, these Pisces, their abilities, their artistic flair, we're going in there and fine-tuning and trying to build up in that area. And then we get the 8 of fire. And again, I don't know these. 8 of fire, give me a minute. Neptune. Daydreams and fantasies, a desire for mystery using the energy of illusion. This is interesting to me because they're, and I feel like the illusion is in the past, but we may have some in the future here. I don't know. Some illusions here yet to come. Now, this is on top of the creative flare illusions. Yeah, see the water swirling there. I feel like this has to do with the emotional center. We want to pave our way forward. We have a way we want our future to go. Someone caring comes in and kind of, it's almost like that's where the change happens, right? Because the change card was in here. It changes our fate. Or doesn't change our fate. It changes our trajectory. We're going over here again. We're going to get to the beach, but with just different path. And then 8 is about illusions, about having to do with maybe having to do with our abilities that we are being recognized for, scouted out for. That's what they said. There's something to do with our abilities here. This is where we're blind. It's either it's either person, we have it, say we're an artist, we're a painter, and someone comes in and says, yeah, I like your work, da da da, but they don't want to make you a painter, they want to make you something else, whatever, something other than painting they want you to do, because they see that you have maybe designing for, what do you call that, interior design or something, because of they like the whatever, so then they bring you, it's something like that. It's like a switch up, because there's a bit of an illusion here because we're amping up our energies, but it's like, it's almost like, yeah, there's a little trickery here. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. Yeah, it was short this week because they said no love this week. Not that we can't be doing that, but just no love in the reading. So we're going to focus on the spiritual area, illuminate that, and then next week we'll see what they want from there. So there's a bit of an illusion here about the path that we go forward, how we do it forward, but we're going to get there nonetheless. Again, there might be a veil over the Pisces a little bit here in order for them. They may not be seeing exactly where they need to be, but there is someone coming that sees the worth and is going to help us bring it forward. A caring energy, no less. Okay, so I have a Power of Surrender card to help with anything that we may be stuck in. Now it says surrender to spirit. Once you've done everything you can to achieve a goal, turn the situation over to the divine and let spirit work its magic for you. And that's the sense I got here with, these past cards. Give me a minute here. With this card, right? We're done our work. We've taken all our swords out and we're going to go forward. So they're going after that, surrender to spirit, because they know better the path, like the highest, greatest, truest path, right? And I feel like that may be where the Pisces going, okay, left and right, right? Where are we going to go, left or right? But we're going to the beach. So they're saying surrender everything after you've learned your lessons to spirit, and they will let everything unfold in its proper manner. So the planetary card to help you out this week or 2 weeks, focus on your home and love, Sun in Cancer. 4 home. Focus on things at home. And everything will take care of itself type thing. This is what I'm getting. So if you are kind of in work mode, they're kind of giving you a sense to put your anchor at home. And, there's a sense here that kind of an itch, like I got to do this, got to do that. And they're like, no, just put your anchor at home and deal with what you need to deal with there, and everything will unfold groovily. So the fortune card to end it all off, cracker, positive energy surrounds you, love, joy, and good fortune awaits. And I feel like for these Pisces, it is truly here. Finally, right? Pisces always kind of get the short end of the stick, I think, for a lot of stuff. I mean, they kind of can take it happily and all that stuff, but they're always kind of in the inside, they're broken because it seems to be that life goes by for everyone else but them. So I feel like good things are coming in finally for the Pisces, and this is good. It's just a matter of surrendering any kind of control mechanism you may have about how you want things to unfold, and focus on your home, at least these next couple of weeks, and things will turn really good. That's the sense. So there's your Pisces reading for the week. That was really nice, actually. Okay, Cancer. Here we go. 30, 40. First card for Cancer. The Isis. Wow. Chariot of Ascension. Spiritual work of the higher initiate. There we go. So Cancers have been moving up the hill here. Purple is about advancements, right? Moving forward. Give me a minute. I gotta find my book, my glasses. Chariot of Ascension. Okay, give me moments. Yeah. That is the Merkaba, by the way. It's a high frequency geometric, what do you call that? Sacred geometry. Kind of like the power that is. Yeah, I'll just read because they're going to explain it anyway. Merkaba, okay, spiritual work of the higher initiate. Your soul wishes to travel more freely between the dimensions of higher reality. This is to allow for your conscious spirit, communication, free flow of soul light into the physical body, and joining in divine harmony of heaven and earth. It requires a powerful consciousness to do this. The Merkaba, Chariot of Ascension, there you go, and Soul Fire is the spiritual gift to attain these divine purposes now available to you as a high initiate. There are times when the soul becomes ambitious and wishes to live its entire light in conscience, oneness with all expression of its being, including the physical body. It may wish to do so simply because it is the nature of all beings to eventually realize themselves as divine, or because it needs specific new skills to be available to the human expression in the physical body so it can continue with its divine purpose. Those skills might be channeling divine energy or consciousness for true healing, traveling easily between the worlds for conscious spirit communication, gaining greater artistic or creative ability because it feels wonderful to create, or any number of other purposes. I'm going to keep reading. The oracle brings you guidance that a special spiritual practice has come or is coming soon to your attention that will help your soul reach you more fully. It will be an advanced practice, and it will serve you well at this time in your journey to reach the higher levels of capacity and spiritual responsibility that are available to you as a high initiate. Peace to you, beloved. Spiritual work on the planet is greatly supported. Yeah, I'm getting, just give me a minute here, because when I was reading that a special spiritual practice has come or is soon coming to you and your attention that will help your soul reach you more fully. I feel that's really simply connecting to some of your abilities, or awakening to the fact that they're usable things here. Because Cancer, in the past readings I've had a lot here, coming in the way that we're getting it but not utilizing the abilities. So I feel like this may have been overcome during this time here. So there you go. We are on the ascension path, Cancer, and that is that. So first card for the Gaia deck. King of Earth. So you may have a King of Earth in your, hey, Cynthia. You may have a King of Earth in your midst, an Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, or the energy of someone who is very stable, sturdy, grounded, good with finances, good, a pillar of the family kind of thing, like someone who's very much reliable and steadfast and workable, understanding, The King of Earth, he's really a good dude. So there's some kind of stability I'm feeling here with this one. Okay, next card is 7 of water. Going with the flow. I feel like this is the Cancer energy here. Again, noticing they're making me highly aware. Both these eyes are truly not seeing, which is interesting. This one here is very much in the world of the grounded reality, home, finances, This one here is very much in maybe in a creative or emotional way, but we are very closed off to things around us. Here is the sense I'm getting now. Yet we are trying to follow the universal flow, which is guiding us in a certain direction. Okay. Next thought, 18. Now I'm getting an underpinning here of, okay, I'm not going to speak yet. Give it a little. Be patient and let it play out. Okay, the King of Earth, he's very strong, stable. This 7 of water, I feel, is very much the Cancer energy, trying to go with the flow, that we're kind of closed off to our surroundings in some kind of way. We may be truly connecting with spirit here and working on our spirituality to a degree that we're shutting everything else out in the practical universe, okay? Meaning in the 3D reality. And it may be a partner that we are doing this with, but the partner may also be doing the same in order to deal with their own issues, their own things, okay? Because again, both not seeing clearly. Now on 18, the thoughts here, I feel like the Cancer is really deep in thought about wanting to take action in a certain way. And I feel like it's towards this King. I feel like there's some things, issues we need to talk about, things that need to be brought up that are not being brought up. So this is why she's shutting everything out. Cancer's reclusing. She's needing to figure out exactly how to do it, game plan, all this stuff. We got to go to this guy and we got to have a discussion about what it is that we've deep in thought about. I feel like it's been a long time coming kind of thing. And we just, we got to have a foolproof plan is the sense they're giving me. So this is the road we're starting on here this week. Okay. To expand on the King of Coins here, we have the 9 of Coins. That's interesting to me. They're going, that energy goes both ways, goes to both these parties. Now, the 9 of Coins is about single and loving it. So if we are in a couplehood, we are, okay, I'll say this slowly. If we are part of a partnership, this person acts very individually. They deal with individual stuff. They work with individual feelings. They're by themselves, single. They're, how do I say that? They feel very singularly successful. So does the Cancer. They feel very successful in their singular way. I do not feel a connection between these two to a degree, and that's what I didn't want to speak of before I was too quick, but it's just starting to build here on that energy. Because the 9 of Coins is the single and loving it card. So is it that we're in a couple relationship here and we really truly need to be in a single relationship? Because we're kind of two people that may not be going outward and getting anything else, but we're not contributing inwards to each other. We're not connecting on any levels. Okay. So the 9 of coins is maybe also the perception here as well, coming down to, do we need to be both single? Like we need to split from each other. So I feel like this is what is going on. This is what the thought process is for the Cancer for sure. Is I think I want to be single here. I basically am already. I just have to figure out a way to figure that into the King's reservoir here of energy, because I feel like there's a lot that this man does not see. Woman does not contribute to either. She is not helping him see. But at this time, it's becoming quite obvious we're two single people in a partnership that just kind of doesn't fit here. Now, on top of this Cancer going inward, and I feel like they're connecting spirit and getting their instinctive abilities, priming all that up. This is the Strength card comes on this. They're going, this is going to gain us strength. Why? Because we're going to learn from the inside, and there's an infinity pool there. We're going to learn from the inside all those things that have been keeping us in relationships in the past. We're going to change that and move forward into a new energy field. Again, these fish are highly like angels, right? Spirit guides, helping us come up with the answers in order to move forward. And we're feeling stronger doing that, going inside. Now, on the thought process, we get Knight of Coins. What do you know? There he is again. Now, this is interesting to me because we have a king on one side and a knight on the other. So this could be two possibilities. We may have an older gentleman here that we are with, that we're trying to release from, is the sense I'm getting. Or we have a Knight of Coins here, a younger version of this. Now, give me a minute. I gotta... Nope, it's separate energies. That's what they're saying. Yeah. This is a different energy. So there may be a younger version here of something that we see outside of us that either one may come in to disrupt this thought process, not in order to... Because the universal feel that I get is, yeah, this time to go, to move on. And the Cancer, I think, will not move on unless there's something to move on to. So the sense here is that the universe is going to supply that for you. They're going to bring someone in here that kind of creates havoc, if you will, in order to get us out of this situation, because it is just not for our highest good at this point. I think we've either learned what we needed to learn here, it's time to move on, or we're just not getting anywhere and it's time to move on. Sense here is we are single at this time in this relationship. We're feeling very singular, and we're going inside to gain our strengths. And what do you know, there's a character coming from the outside that's going to change parameters, kind of up the game a little bit in the future here. So within 1 to 2 weeks, could be possibly 3. So on the 9 of Coins, again, that's about both these individuals feeling very singularly, like they're not tied. We have self-worth. One or both parties, they said, will have these self-worth issues. That may be why we haven't left yet. We have self-worth, self-esteem issues that we just don't feel worthy of getting anyone outside of this, or we don't feel we deserve better, these kind of things. So this seems to be the crux of the situation here. Now, on top of this strength, we get the choices, yes, because you're going to go inside, you're going to gain your strength, tame the lion, the beast, maybe your ego, and make the choice and the decision, right? The white wing and the black wing, which way do we go? And it's interesting to me, they have the black wing going this way, and the sense they're giving me is, yeah, this guy's going to come in before we bust apart from this guy. So we may have a tendency to cheat on this one with this one and bust it apart and whatever, kind of like a last ditch effort. But nonetheless, it gets us where we need to go, is what they said. Nonetheless, going to get us out of there, no matter how it's done. I mean, we're incur karma because of that, but we'll get out of there, right? Now, on the King of Coins, what do we get? The Warrior. Look at this. That's a good dude. He's a good dude, right? Not that the other guy wasn't a good dude. He's just not your dude, right? He's not the one for you at this time. It's not like the time has passed, right? So the Warrior, he fights for the good in everything, and he is, um, he's a good dude. He comes from his heart, and he is open and trustful and truthful. This kind of thing. So, yeah, he comes riding in, and we just kind of can't resist that. Is the sense I get. So we're gonna go to the above and below cards. There's a little predicament for the Cancers. Okay, Eight of Pentacles. That's about working, putting in extra work, overtime. Here she is working on a hobby. She's creating a vase or whatever, and she's got a few made already. So there's a sense here that they're going, yes, at work. We could meet this person at work or while we're at work, or in our, how do you say, in our work field, some kind of way. Next card, the Empress. That is about healing, right? Look at her. She's healing the boy's knee, scraped, pain, right? Trying to, she is about abundance. She has all the tools she needs to heal over this time. Yeah, that is like the divine feminine, right? The Empress. She is working to solidify. Sense I'm getting here is family units. So we may have some situations here where we need to heal things in a family unit in order to move forward, or or we may have to heal things because of this combustion that happens with this new person coming in. I don't know. Seven of Cups, yeah, choices, decisions, kind of. Okay, so the Cancer's up in their head, right? This is emphasizing that to a high degree. There's some healing needs to be done. I don't know if before, after, or both. They're going both, but more after than. Yeah, we'll be working hard. I feel like we're kind of putting our nose to the grindstone and trying to dig ourselves into work in order to avoid maybe dealing with the partner at this time. And the Empress is about healing those things we're trying to avoid. We need to deal and heal with that. And then the seven here is kind of being up in our head instead of uh, coming down to the ground here and dealing with those issues. We're up in our head dreaming about what we want. Again, it's good for manifesting, but if we don't heal, we never get that manifestation. It never comes to us. So on the above, now on the 8 there, and again, could be drowning ourselves in work or other things that are busying us up, take us away from the relationship so we don't have to deal. On top of that, we get the 6 of Air. Interesting card. Book of Knowledge there, and the cat's kind of guarding it. She's like, okay, the answers are in there and I need them, and I need them to move forward. That's the sense here from the Cancers. They're just highly looking for the answer. And I think that it's like one of those things that they know intuitively, but they don't want to trust or jump into that pool. They don't trust their intuition enough to go through all of it. Da da da. Oh, hey, Denise. Yeah, no, I don't think I did get it. But thank you. I'm good. Thank you. So yeah, Book of Knowledge. We're looking for answers. We're stuck in our head here, these Cancers. We're healing a little bit here and there. The sense is we're going to be healing on the other end of this new relationship is what I get. Because we're kind of avoiding, even though we think we're dealing with things, we're kind of reclusing in our head and avoiding things. So it's kind of mixed up. I feel like the Cancer feels like they're doing justice here, but the sense is that we're kind of fooling ourselves to think that we are doing the right thing, because the right thing is to to deal with this situation. We're not doing that, is what they're saying. Now, on top of the Empress, to like the High Priestess, right? The wisdom. So this really is the whole complete package. When you put two of these together, it's like the compassion and whatnot. And then you have the earth knowledge, heaven knowledge, right? The universal knowledge coming down. She's got her cup and her sword. She wants the truth about emotions and feelings. And this is what she's trying to get to the bottom of. This is what she wants the answers to. She wants the universe to answer, and they're going, nope, you have to go to your heart for that. So what is she going to do? Next to water. 7. She's up in her head. Why? Because she wants a new lover. She wants a connection, a real, true connection. And it's coming, is the sense. But we have someone here that is in a relationship that is not fitting. And then we have some here that are going to be plopped into or surprised by someone coming into their field that is going to create this for them. And that is that. Now for the the surrender card, surrender to silence. It says, in quiet meditation or contemplation, let go and enter the stillness within. Silence can heal and replenish you. So they're really reinforcing the state that you are in, even though we cannot stay in this state forever, is the sense they're giving me. But for these next 2 weeks, they're going, yes, surrender. Go in and, chew up all the stuff the universe has given you. Feel it out with your heart and see what happens, right? So they're reinforcing the silence factor. We're doing okay here in the silence. But again, can't last forever. The planetary card. We have an eclipse in Aries. Boost relationships through teamwork and compromise, collaboration. So 5 and 2 is 7. This, for some, there may be, I feel like 75% here are needing to go, but for some, they may be needing to kick back in, need to tune back in to their partner. And honestly, if you don't get a new outlet coming in to your field, then you're one of those that needs to kick into the relationship you got, is the sense they're giving me. Boost relationships, yeah, because something's going to be coming out of the blue for some of these Cancers in order to deal in this way. Again, eclipse in Aries is about a full stop and a start. So yeah, kind of explains the scenario here. We're in a relationship and then all of a sudden we jump to another. Eclipses can do that. And eclipses energy give you that opportunity. They release things. They make it easy to just drop things and stop, drop, roll, and away. And then suddenly you're on a new train running in another direction, right? That's about that. So eclipse, yeah, cuts things out. What? Relationships. Okay. Fortune card. The devil. Take care immediately to avoid temptation and deceit. So the sense I think here is just to not create negative karma by cheating on your partner. Make sure you break the relationship before you do that. I feel like that's the devil here. Plain and simple, is very highly strong in those last cards. Which cards they're going? In this card, I felt it highly. And in this card, it's like, oh, gee, I don't want to do anything, but I want to think about new things. What new relationship? And then I'll go to the new relationship, but don't ask me to break this one because that's hard work. And they're going, yes, and that's what we need you to do, is the hard work of breaking the relationship officially so that we go forward. But what it does is, I'll explain it to you. The devil is the temptation, right? While we're in a relationship, we're going to cheat on them with someone else. So what happens is you incur bad karma because of that. So what happens is you have a high energetic frequency for the next person to harm you down the road. And it may not even be the partner you're going to. It may be a partner past that or whatever. So then you got to balance that back out and da-da-da. So it just creates speed bumps down the road that you don't want. You kind of want to be in your integrity and whatnot. But for some, I feel like it's just not going to be, because they just will not, the sense I got early in the readings, they just will not go unless there's something to go to. And then they will cheat and lose, and the other one will be kicked out that way. They just don't want to face a partner and deal with any of that. So they're going to use an excuse of a person, so it's kind of lazy spirituality is really what it is. But for now, surrender to the silence, because that is what is creating this force within you to realize the strength, to realize that this needs to go. And eclipse in Aries is about boosting relationships and taking action in that way. And hopefully you do this before the devil catches you, because then you'll just have to pay back karma. No biggie. Okay. And again, the Chariot of Ascension is here. So we want to make better decisions spiritually, right? Just a hint there. Next, Scorpio. Here we go. 5530. Wow, life restored. Priestess of the Phoenix. Boy, these water signs are really in the midst of change, no matter, right? That's what it's all about. Water waves. Okay. The life restored. KL. Okay. So, Priestess of the Phoenix, spiritual resurrection is gifted to you now. Whatever part of your life you thought to be dead is being revived and will flourish back into life. Just as the phoenix rises from the fire, transitioning from death into life, so too will you rise again, healed and renewed. So this is nice and refreshing energy. There's something here that may have had an ending, is now suddenly coming back to life. It says life restored brings messages that a trauma, ending, struggle, or apparent defeat is not the end of the story for you. What may appear to be an ending can sometimes simply be the forces of ancient feminine power flowing into new pathways, pulling energy away from old forms so that they can transition into new forms. This can take short or long periods of time. Can be over days or years, weeks, months, decades. It doesn't matter how long something appears to have been decaying. It will spring back into life at the right time. Sorry, I just... Just as the river Nile subtly adjusts its course over time, so too will the river of light that flows through you, filling your life force and divine energy. Move with innate wisdom. You can trust what is happening for you. Something important to you is coming back to life. Might even feel like you are coming back to life after a period of increasing emotional numbness, physical or psychological struggle, or spiritual disillusionment. Might also be a lifestyle practice, business, or relationship, new or old, that is coming to life now. So that is it. Simply, something is being restored. Absolutely. Okay. Interesting. I've never seen that card before. Alrighty. Gaia cards. First card. Heaven and Earth. Yeah. Heaven and Earth. I feel like the great divide here may have been upon the Scorpios. They may have been divided about heaven and earth. They may have been connected. How do I say? Oh, there's no words here. They may have been connected, but the earth wasn't doing what the heaven was. You know what I mean? Like we were seeing a stark contrast between the two. That's what it was. Thank you. Next. Wow. Emotion and intellect. Look at this. Emotion and intellect. This is where our numbness come in. The differences between the two on all these levels. Heaven and earth. The heavens had a plan for the Scorpio. Is the sense I'm getting. And the earth, it's like it didn't want to carry it out in whatever form that took. There was something here that's blocking them. It may have been the Scorpio themselves, or it may have been something else. I feel like this is what now the emotional and intellect, and this is always the struggle, and it brings me to a relationship sector, because we may be thinking that a partner or a potential partner may have on a intellectual level not fit us properly, but emotionally maybe overwhelmingly so, right? Because we have so much emotion here and then only a little bit. It's not in balance. But nonetheless, I feel like this is having to do with that Phoenix energy, the rising of. We may have made decisions in this way about something that we put away. Why? Because we used our intellect, or may have been overpowered emotionally in a bad way, and then used our intellect to counter. I can't even explain it. You get my drift? No. But the sense here is that we may have put something to rest here due to over emotionalism or over intellectualizing. And the sense is that it may not have been for our highest good to do this. Now, next. Well, there you go. What do you know? Fight, struggle. These are everything that the Scorpio was struggling with. Heaven and earth, the difference is there. They're quite deep. These Scorpios can be quite deep and way deeper than most people can perceive. And emotionally, intellectually, all of this is all wrapped up in a bundle here of something like an internal conflict to the highest degree, where we just did not want to take a chance here of going from our emotional center because everything else just didn't match up. And especially I'm getting on the earth plane, it just didn't add up. There's no reality here for this to anchor, nothing. So we made a decision. Now that was the struggle we had, was to make a decision, right? Either somebody made a decision here. I feel like it was the Scorpio to end or to, and not that we didn't have struggles in order to come to that decision. We didn't want to make that decision the way that it sat. It was very hard to come to the conclusion, but nonetheless, it was made. Yeah. Waters here are Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And this is I did the Pisces and Cancer, and now I'm on Scorpio. Sorry, I just saw that now. So for heaven and earth, yeah. Give me a minute here. Yeah, I'm getting a great dichotomy here, like the physical universe and because the Scorpios, again, they can perceive what is not seen, a lot of what is not seen in the darkness even. And I feel like that it was the physical universe just did not supply them with whatever. And in the beginning, I was saying they were being blocked from this. There's a sense of this still. Now on heaven and earth, we get the 5 of coins. Now, I'm going to read from the book here because usually this is about feeling left out in the cold, but I have a feeling this is a little different. Five of coins. Okay. There are times where we must leave behind what we manifested, which at one time was what we desired. We can outgrow something and know that it is no longer for our highest good without it or us being bad. So it can indicate reflecting on what you have created and perhaps offers of a new way of seeing who you really are. Give me a minute here. Yeah, leaving behind. So instead of feeling left out, it's like we're leaving something behind. We're choosing to leave something behind. moving on, really, is the sense here. Now, yeah, it doesn't kind of connect. This connects to future cards, I think. Okay, so we're going to go forward here on the emotional and intellect. We have the Chariot, and that is about motions forward. This woman is unaware of what is coming to her. There's a high sense of that in this deck here. She's waiting for things to manifest, and meanwhile, all these horses are coming, charging through in the background, just like unaware. So I feel like the Scorpio may be moving on from something, but unaware what is coming after them. Okay. Now, on top of that fight and struggle card, we have the Three of Cups. Well, isn't that interesting? Complete opposite. This is about communing and joining together with those, and celebration and whatnot. Now we may have moved on from a relationship. We may have moved on from situations within a relationship. We may have moved on from issues that were blocking us from something here. Okay, that's the sense I'm getting. On top of the 5, we get honesty, heaven and earth. Moving on, honesty. There's a sense here of, I think that the Scorpio, either we're having to be honest with ourselves about something here, or having to bring something like that out in someone else. There's a need for complete honesty here on both levels, both sides, is what I get. So either, that may be part of the struggle, maybe having a hard time getting honesty out of someone else, or not too sure. Now on the Chariot, we have a message. We may be sending a message that has honesty within it, or we may be receiving a message that has a great sense of trueness to it. There's a sense here that is what it is. It's incoming messages here that have a truth to them. I get a sense that Scorpio doesn't want to believe it, but nonetheless, that's what's coming in. Now on the 3 of Cups, which is about celebration, we have oath. That is the card about taking an oath and keeping it. So we got to, in our life here, we got to, well, the sense is this card carries, I'll go first. This card carries the sense that we made an oath about something in our lives, a promise to ourselves that we would do this, 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 and this in this situation, and going forward. Now they're going, this relates to a block. Okay, here we go. So we may have either at a younger age, a younger stage, or a different time zone here, made an oath to ourselves about something we wanted to do, have, or be, and in this way has created a block because we made an oath that we would not do this. So it was like set in stone, so to speak, energetically. Give me a moment here. I feel like this message is a good message. It's a message of truth, of like honesty coming forward. There's a lot of truth in this message coming forward to the Scorpio, okay? I feel like the Scorpio is going to read it and they're going, okay, but I made an oath that I would not, da 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 da. So this is, I think, the problem here is that there's some kind of an oath or a promise that was made. Now, it's interesting to me, they have the 3 of Cups pushing that forward. So the sense is that it might be a good oath. Like, instead of like, okay, give an example, they're saying. So say we get a message from a future partner saying, what would it say? I care and love about you, you, and I want our lives to be whatever, like come together, da da da. And then you may have said, well, I would never, like say it was a long distance relationship, I would never go with a long distance relationship until I knew that I would go through a certain process first, where I, did this, that, and the other. So that oath, right, can get in the way. It's almost like a promise you made energetically that the universe is going to make you hold up. or going to make you, how do you, oh, okay, just give me a minute here. Yeah, because it's not set in stone, but it can be a block if you allow it. If you do not release this oath that you made to yourself, it can be your block. It's what they're saying. And they're going, energy or the universe has nothing to do with it. It's that person's belief system is going to block them from, because I won't move in with you unless we're married, so we got to get married, this kind of thing. So then you block yourself from that, because, okay, so now here's the weird twist. The thing is that this promise, now that's an example of what I was thinking along the lines, but they're going, no, there's a celebration energy pushing that. So if we have a celebration, it means we may have taken an oath, and that is in the message that comes. It's like, oh, I want you to marry me, and then come, because they're guided or whatever. So it's almost like a celebration, like you took an oath and somebody's going to uphold this. This is what I'm getting. I can't even explain it without getting into weird situations here. That's the sense I'm getting, is somebody's being truthful, coming towards you in unveiling of this to you, like they're unhinging themselves to you in this message. And there's a celebratory vibe because it is something we are struggling with, but it's almost like this message unlocks that struggle and you're able to move forward. Okay, in my weird way, I think I said it. To rewind it back. It's like I can't spit it out. A message of complete, what is that word? Vulnerability from someone that comes forth to you in like honesty, all honesty. And it gets underneath the oath that you made to yourself. Why? Because they are honoring that oath that you made. So, okay, now I'm getting it. So it's almost like, oh, we made these two people, they made oaths in their lives. And then the universe is going, okay, make them realize that, make them realize that. And then suddenly one person goes to the other and makes that connection. And what do you know? It lines up. So that's why we're celebrating. Okay, geez. I don't know why I couldn't put that together, but anyway. So it's not a bad, like the oath is not going to get in the way, but it has gotten in your way in the past, blocked you from things. But in this situation, whether it's job, whatever, it's gonna clear it. It's gonna be cleared. Okay, boom. Okay, okay. Below cards for Scorpio, still here we have the High Priestess. What do you know? She is about the secrets of the universe coming to light here. And look, there's a form showing up there to her. It's almost like the spirit guide manifesting. And the sense I get here too is this message is part of a manifestation phase for the Scorpio, that message coming to them. And again, this may be on the download. This may be something to do with secrets or secrecy in some kind of way, because the High Priestess, she carries a lot of knowledge, but it's usually things that she keeps to herself. Next card, 13, Death. That is Scorpio card, by the way. But this is about for sale. It's funny that I said about moving in, But nonetheless, there's a couple here, or whoever, a family leaving, moving, transitioning, right? We're going from one place to another. So this may involve this. This may be a message about a move, maybe a message about employment in a different place, and this kind of a thing. Maybe this. Okay, next, Knave of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. This guy's on the computer. Can be through, we could have long distance stuff going on here. Can be about messages coming through the computer. I get highly that is what this card is connected to, that one. The energy, it's like, yeah, we're going to get a message through an email, or maybe like an answer of a job offer, this kind of thing, that creates a scenario where we can actually physically move. It will uproot us, this kind of thing. This is what I'm getting. Okay. Now, on top of that, High Priestess, we have the Maiden of Earth. She's just all grounded in her flowers in her hair. And she's going through, right? She's not dreamy, but she is in reality. She's grounded. Of the Maiden of Earth and the Page of Earth, which is interesting. I could symbolize a pair, really. But anyway, she's very much happy and content in her life, is the sense I get here. Some degree, she is alone, kind of going this way. Come along, this dude. If we're to storyline it, but for the most part, she is more content and grounded in her life, maybe, than she's ever been, in a sense. Now, on top of this movement, we get the Four of Earth, and that's about creating bridges. They're creating a bridge over here to get, and that's interesting because they have the woman and then the creating a bridge to the man. So there may be some obstacles here between a partnership that we want to get together with. A message may be that we're trying to connect with a partner at a long distance, trying to bridge that gap. May get messages about how to do this at this time. Is quite the challenge, right? Because nobody's going nowhere, doing nothing. So that's interesting. Now, on top of that, Page of Pentacles, we get the Nine of Air. I'm going to read from this one. That's the above. Nine of Air. Wisdom and knowledge earned at a great price. What a place to leave it on at. Oh man, there's a lot of energy there, but they know it's the end of the reading, so there's nothing they're giving me. So we'll see if we can pull anything out in the planetary fortune, or what is this? Power surrender cards. Basically, there's some kind of a lesson here having to do with travel and whatnot. I feel like there's good things, happy things, but and a lesson in there no less. Okay. So the Power of Surrender card says surrender drama. No matter how emotionally charged the situation, remain calm and don't contribute to drama. Staying centered will help you resolve the issue more quickly. Now, it's interesting, the beginning cards of this, right, were very much emotions and intellect, like maybe the stirrings of this. This may be where we were kind of out of line, reining in. So there's a sense here that drama has to be removed in order to move forward smoothly. Planetary card. Eclipse in Cancer is about acceptance, emotional phase, or domestic development. Eclipse in Cancer. So we may be going through emotional, an emotional phase, but I think we may be dealing with it in a different manner, is the sense they're giving me. This is guided energy as well as advice at moving forward. They're going, we can get caught up highly in drama. We don't want to do this. We have done this in the past. It does not suit us well. Now, I feel like we're starting to get into, like, there's an accepting energy of this, accepting that the drama does us no good, accepting that we are over emotional, accepting that we need to change it. This is all coming to a head here. Okay. An eclipse energy is stop and start. So you may have a hard time. You may have explosions of this, emotional explosions every once in a while, but on the high plane here, we know that we want to stay away from that. We want to not have those emotional outbursts is the sense, and we're best to look at that at this point. Acceptance. There's want me to say more about that. Accepting that we may create drama. I don't know. Maybe we have to accept that first before we can take it out. Right? Because if we don't know we're doing it, we can't change it. That kind of thing. I think that's what they're trying to say. Now, the fortune card for the Scorpio, beware, be careful who you trust at this time. And again, that's on the energy there. There's something going on here that could be tricky. Or it could create emotional imbalance, release what they're giving me. So be aware that we might have things triggering that for us, people, situations in our lives here. And I have a feeling they're not, how do you say? Yeah, and Mercury retrograde started here. This is why I can't express. I have a feeling that it's from directions where it's not an illusion. Like we know we've had trouble in this area before. So we know, yeah, okay, here it comes again. So beware of those areas that it comes into you at. Because it's going to come again. I feel like, it's on the down low and then it's going to spring back up again. And again, at that point, we surrender the drama and then we will make headway. It'll create a better challenge forward. It'll challenge us in our emotional center, but it will create a better change forward. Thank you. So that is the Scorpio. Woo. Okay. So those were the water signs, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Thank you for coming in, all who came in. And I will be in tomorrow to do as many as I can in a row. Basically, this week, the winner was water, and then earth came in second, air, and fire after that. So those will be the orders. That will be the order. Yeah. I'm going to have to meditate away the retrograde. That will be the order that I will be reading them in. So if you are attached to the Infinity Room, I'll try and give you a heads up, but it will be on and off mostly tomorrow. I was supposed to come in a little early today. I didn't make it. But anyway, so that is that. So hopefully that helps you. Take care. Have fun. Be kind. And I will see you tomorrow.